said that they will prove to the nation that there are boys from men. Now the Bible said Onyame that prophet should not be feared. That word feared should not be regarded, should not be respected, should not be honored, should not. That prophet spoke out of flesh. Hunam dia benye dia kwasi ankomshene kwasi adifone kwasi adiyene kwasi adwumanwa mode tigana han pia.
A few moments later,
I want to ask Ghanaians, please forgive Bernard L. Bernard. We don't always get it right because we are men, and I think that it's time we let you know that we are not demigods, we are not supermen, we are men of God. We have made the error of projecting ourselves beyond our capacity. But if God is able to do something with us, we should be like Paul that says that we are unprofitable men. We have only done what we were assigned to do, and God alone be the glory. To God alone.
Motimenka, is the sound coming now? Motimenka. Daniel, I feel sound ni okay. Is the sound coming now? Sound in the bar. Okay, let's go. About your sound never see. Fedi eba. Okay. Right. Daniel, where see a crowd kutuwaje? Uti said guys, forgive us.
So I stand here. We will not castigate, we will not malign. We are going to ask Ghanaians to forgive him, and we are asking the church to pray for him. He is one of us. We cannot desert him. You touch one, you touch all. We are wounded, we are all wounded because what he went through. We ask for all enkwasiafua a before Honorable Park, a before enkwasiafua. They pray Ghana. They told this government that they will win. They even said that they will prove to the nation that there are boys from men. Now the Bible said Onyame on Kasanchiri will be known people I couldn't not kasa. Nan komshena memoir. That prophet should not be feared. That word feared should not be regarded, should not be respected, should not be honored, should not. That prophet spoke out of flesh. Hunam dia yebenya dia untimi monsomo. Kwasi ankomshene, kwasi adifone, kwasi adiyene, kwasi ajumanwa. Modeti Ghana had Pia.
A few moments later.
I want to ask Ghanaians, please forgive Bernard L. Bernard. We don't always get it right because we are men. And I think that it's time we let you know that we are not demigods, we are not supermen, we are men of God. We have made the error of projecting ourselves beyond our capacity. But if God is able to do something with us, we should be like Paul that says that we are unprofitable men. We have only done what we were assigned to do.
Men's gold for Mumrini. Say first ally.
The Mahama car and run men's gold car.
They are all parts. You see all financial institutions. No present this for
oh, including men's gold.
Yes, of course. All of them. All those.
No, are you certain about that? Because details.
I am telling you, they are all parts.
Men's gold.
Wherever they are listening to me now, I am speaking in my capacity as communications officer of the party. All of them are covered under this promise. They will all be paid back
in 1 year.
Nothing that they be a men's gold. I said, the men's gold for will be BT one.
Oh, many people
Ghana for Ghana for what?
I say
something like this. Come on. Ebi kura no o ma penye kukwado award o de ko be man am one pictures o ni ko twitwa ye na ma omunya adwuma ni mugidie di omusika koto and that's atori enchemesi no omusika ahia aban ya o wa abadaye disaster si o manfo obre ebi mu ahye omo ho akonfo ebi mu nya ho mogya broso dia nko na broso se wunti mintua
but when say men's gold near MFI any financial institution in the right sense of the word
ni nyina ye kan cannot even buy omo nyina manfo sika na
Kenke. Now, Kenke, so let's say they are selling pepper. Mekuna ye didn't know. And you, Mr. President, is telling us that we should have patience. Patience for what? Why are you failing to admit that I have failed? You've been politicizing this issue, that this is somebody's legacy. What is your legacy, Mr. President? What is your legacy?
You know, sincerely apologize to the minister.
You were somebody that we had high expectations of. Most of St0rm too much. When serious. With the greatest of respect.
A few moments later.
Some of my comments were overboard and unsavory, and that I sincerely apologize to the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. I also apologize to viewers who were offended.
Lily, you want to all right, viewers, thank you very much. You stayed with us. For the record, the most authoritative political show. The reason we've not been consistent with coming live is not because Sabia Yembesi Beba, but seven previous, and we have a lot of things going on in our lives. It's necessary that we come and have those conversations. Hence, CMB live and a mobile casano. Over the period, Yebeka Bibia. Na yese Bibia Ghana for Edi Hun Komo, and it's of greater importance that we come and shepherd and shape the conversation the way it must be had. Because there is too much chaff, there is too much nonsense within the political space, there's too much noise, comedy during our morning shows in there. So for the records, we've taken it upon ourselves that baby a moment in koye, baby a margin in koye, and we will find a way to shape the conversation around those periods. And no and yeba ababe. And Urefifikwati clearly has said certain things. He said Nkrofobi NDC abaimwa or more EGG sikadia bribe. In fact, NDC abai said NPP for mu sikano. Yemfa wamo enkojil. Yebeka mwasem Lily Mohammed eko kan sembi. which I just played the video. Ekufu at the time, Lily Mohammed can say, Obi an kan kyerɛ ne sɛ ɔmmra may apologize. No kura ne yɛsi freedom of speech was under attack. In the same vein, and under John Dramani Mahama, yes, one of the media person. Lily Mohammed has made certain comments about I show speed in Ghana. Under the person who believes in the freedom of speech, you forced no Amana Babe apologize. Yebeka a bit of commentary about it. Minim se min friend a reverend or se min friend a comedian or se min friend insulter or se deyon. Insulter Kofi Odro. The shouter Kofi Odro. The tear Kofi Odro. The degree of hypocrisy being exhibited by this man needs to be unraveled. During a Kufuor time, the Nwakaye, the position they say, some of us believe that no ye nyame nipa, and for that matter, or can someone we trusted that he was indeed fighting for the nation. But it is only time that will expose the intentions of man. So people say, give time some time, and time will reveal the actual intentions of man. And you this uncommon. We are no free wa NPP for akwa to aba. And ye to aba no, Dr. Mahama de Bawumia Anna Ewini as the flag bearer of the new patriotic party. What does it say? Him funny ye drew is it Dr. Mahama Bawumia Ewini Ejuma wo ho, ejuma ni ho. These are conversations that we are going to have very shortly. Yabesa dinkomo in the past 1 week ana yesha CSS and the videos be mame fa ye say man be our day Captain and smart. In fact, the reason many yeti and papa to ni din smart and Matthias said the entire papa to ni din smart because almost an ebana smart in tears what ni din smart ne ka ho said it confuses people. So Captain Smart Ameki and several commentaries be about my coming to the United States, which we will need to set the record straight as to the purpose, the reason not because he deserves some attention, he deserves a response, but already Proverbs 26 verse 5 will say, answer a fool according to his folly, otherwise he will be wise in his own eyes. Do not answer a fool according to his folly. Otherwise, you and him will be probably the same. And in as much as we decided we were not going to mind the unsmart human being, we will find a way to answer because nipa bibri agency muhunu a work no edi. Cocoa farmers or more kikem so mbeko a strike di asema cocoa board. Ene hon sensem yebedi sa enkomo no. Stand Dogbe and military, the arrogance of power. The arrogance of power. But before that, see a year NPP primary, sir. I have only two interests. Interest me, you know, Anamewo. Who becomes the chairman of the NPP national? I have interest. I know the many grassroots funding in your interest. The entire interest in this Ura a year. Joe Wise, Joe Sewusu has made commentary said, Bakubi were MPP national chairmanship race in more Oyinitia or best supporting it because MPP here and Nimonyam for MPP here will be our Yakudru for MPP here will be our Buama party no waya konobio. No the discipline ebeba. It is our interest no diedikai MPP national chairmanship race. Here for the records near Chita for your interest and say Ura chairman Boache Ejako. Torino is very solid. Torino is very clear. He understands the ideals and the principles on which the formation of our family was built. Torino is our person going for the chairmanship. Boache Ejako or no other person. Any other person be a interest in tea or personal interest in tea. One person Boache Ejako Babe chairman of the NPP. Yano nyina di besiani. Party na aye somebody aye tuamuda na mo interest nti mo pen crofo mbema mo kwa mo ba betena fly party headquarters one more din sem hunu for yourselves, which does not inure to the benefit of the new patriotic party. Eti aha ye interest in say Boache Ejako is somebody we will support any day anytime. We are no free wa. Ashanti region is the heartbeat of our party. For that matter, whoever becomes the leader of Ashanti region we, the people of For the Records and the grassroots base of the party, we are very interested. So over the period, the party national chairman won to minister for the past 12 years as the chairman. Now, when it comes to the regional chairman of Ashanti region, we do have interest. And your interest, no. Eti your interest. Papa your friend or a chairman or dinner ho kwaku apia. Meaning say ye ka kuka. Most often than not, people begin to say, so there's another guy called Kuka. Will also a year 1, 2, 3 now ODD Canada Japan. Yes, I cook and the can asem. There is Kuka or no a chairman or dinner ho kwaku apia. The Munyam for Bema was some party no. We believe so Babi did the regional chairman of the Ashanti regional Ebebuama party neni Munyam Asaba. So for these two people, we've shown our hands, we will go support them. Not because of any personal interest. Me Okatakyie, my friend, I didn't come but we believe clearly he can support and he can build the party again. Sebaya Jumfo man no be party ne assembly. Sebaya eye omo alaba ne Mosinzongo ombesa pe party na assembly. So our interest for Ashanti region and the national chairman is Boachie Jakon and Kuka. Period. Wa woni yanya adwene eduru wa ye bechere ye ntia ne yanya adwene eduru wa bechere ye nyina ye bechere ye adwene. Now ye move away na ye ne Kofi Oduru eni nkomo. Me say I don't know whether to call him reverend, I don't know whether to call him prophet, I don't know whether to call him insulter, I don't know whether to call him shouter, I don't know whether to call him tie Kofi Oduru, but ye ntia Kofi Oduru.
God alone be the glory. To God alone. So I stand here. We will not castigate. We will not malign. We as fe o enkwasiafua. A diffo enkwa. Honorable Park. A diffo enkwasiafua. They pray Wagana. They told this government that they will win. They even said that they will prove to the nation that there are boys from men. Now the Bible said, on Kasanchiro will be no people could not kasa. That prophet should not be feared. That word feared should not be regarded, should not be respected, should not be honored, should not. That prophet spoke out of flesh. Hunam dear dear kwasi ankomshene kwasi adifone kwasi adiyene kwasi adwumanwa mode tigana han pia.
A few moments later,
I want to ask Ghanaians, please forgive Bernard L. Bernard. We don't always get it right because we are men, and I think that it's time we let you know that we are not demigods, we are not supermen, we are men of God. We have made the error of projecting ourselves beyond our capacity. But if God is able to do something with us, we should be like Paul that says that we are unprofitable men. We have only done what we were assigned to do, and God alone be the glory. To God alone. So I stand here. We will not castigate. We will not malign. We are going to ask Ghanaians to forgive them, and we are asking the church to pray for him. He is one of us. We cannot desert him. You touch one, you touch all. We are wounded. We are all wounded.
Okay.
He went
You touch
through,
one.
I can
You
go
touch
through.
one.
I can prophesy in the
Jarof. Kofi Odo Jarof. Kofi. Listen, let's be very clear. I think the hypocrisy in our Ghanaian society. So because El Bernard, a professor, yes, John Dramani Mahama be winning 2024 election. And no, or succeed, you know. If you touch one, you've touched all. Nemo no, your friend say, Sophia or Okmasi, your friend simple. Kusibuatin professor my MPP. Say MPP be winning, MPP and winning. It's you know the omoye enkwasiafo asofo enkwasiafo edifo. You see the hypocrisy of Kofi Oduro. It is high time so Kofi Oduro will be unraveled. He needs to be shown for what he is. You see, Kofi Oduro ye Julius Debra Enua. Tienye. Oshasi anu okeke mu tie no diura. Aye politics muni adi nyina no. Some of us told you guys that our personal interest, nothing short of personal interest, say ni nuanom be wini na eno no wanyenya nya ho contract ni ade. Not because he actually believes that Akufo-Addo aban ni nyana Jomama was the alternative. It Kofi Oduro ni interest nyina ne say Julius Debra wo ye chief of staff eye Kofi Oduro ni nua. Now we make Julius Debra, my former boss, chief of staff. Yes, ye miano papa. Minim boni awaye. Minim boni awaye ntia ye miano ni ade. It's why we are first no. Yes, it was so touch na nko de call. Ni ade. Na all of a sudden adwom foi. Yes, Ewura John Mahama ni interest has shifted. Every Julius Debra succeeding him. Call at to force ne ho nkro ne ba ne anti. Say health work ne ade nyina wajayo. Na sesa na tie dia Julius Debra already 48 laws of power. Or say do not outshine your master. So I think at some point you were becoming too domineering within the space, you know, na overshadow John Mahama. And no be share na bufuoma ebi a waye de waye no. But yamra back to Kofi Oduro. Kofi Oduro is a hypocrite. Kofi Oduro onya sofo. Kofi Oduro nya nokorefo. Kofi Oduro interest eye ade ba akope. Ade anu opeso ye nyina ye change of government because Julius Debra is the brother. That I know for a fact. It Kofi Oduro ni bibi papa bia boye wo eye national discourse mu. The award can be any personal interest. There is nothing wrong. Ye nyina wa ha wo bia wo personal interest. Enunti na eni kwan se oko hide behind the pulpit, pretending to be discussing national issues devoid of interest. Over the period, I have always, from the days of Happy FM to XYZ to Angel, I have always said that I am NPP. I will be NPP. Nothing will change and nothing has changed. Except that whether a NPP or a NDCU, when I need to speak truth to power, I will look in your face and say it as it is, without fear, without favor. And they almost said to me, no more cancer. Seka de chia kebie tia na Dr. Mamadou. It's okay. Say me catch Dr. Mamadou Bawumia no. Mujitu mudia. It means the same honesty, the same degree of honesty na me dey can be etia eye Jomama aban. So the American and running it does not negate the American in it. My no ne toda na say the old pretty. But let's keep on. So Kofi Oduro clearly is a concern isofo. As said by Ibreville. Kofi Oduro enka nokore. Kofi Oduro nye nyame nipa. Nyame bia mfrɛ no. Nyame mfrɛ no. Ye nyina ye discuss national issues. Kofi Oduro clearly is discussing national issues. Onya politics obeye and wako hide behind the pulpit and walk kem na tie. Yes, muntie but or a politician. Period. Muntie no, but or a politician. It is the lens of Kofi Oduro no yensha CM paper say and where software work national issues. And I know na ye kusibuaten kom sha memo so ye nkwasiafo asofo. Ene El Bernard because El Bernard a prophesy say Jomama be winnie into us or ye one of us. So Kofi Oduro, the hypocrisy is just too much. I think you need to just come clean. Let the people know me NDC ni me nua ne Julius Debra me wo interest enti eba se ye ka national issues so a me de meka a kire se me pe NDC kana sa ne anyina obi a honto no ene gya asem akotete ana asore no achi na me yesofo na me discuss national issues enso discuss national issues nyina na etro sitam so yefa ko fi odro nto na me ka kire mo say clearly aban we nya na adwene so obe fight corruption. The same chrono no a so over John Mahama #1 no. It's the same chrono that is going on, except that because of the goodwill of the people, when I say it, the people do not even understand what I'm saying. Mekasa womunte. Nemom yesese bomochichie free nsuo ase beka kire se odenchema wu a yenye na chininye. Now, se me na me kana muntia yentie owura fifikweti inti no.
And Attorney General, I'm sure the pressure is mounting. We at the level of the party are picking the signals. And the signals we are picking is this: that many among us, in spite of the fact that pleas and the pressure coming from the public that the things have to be done properly, punishment must be exacted, and things have to be done, some among us are busy trying to cut deals with people who are supposed to be prosecuted. Some among us are trying to cut deals. Some are becoming conduits through whom pressure is being brought to bear on people who are supposed to do what is right. I'm not mentioning names. A time may come where we may have to. A word to the wise. Some know themselves. Those who are. We are hearing your names. Think again. Because this victory was achieved largely because the people of Ghana wanted the right things done. Not for deals to be cut. For them to say, okay, now that we're there on the other side, we cut deals so that tomorrow you also can get a deal cut. No, it won't happen.
We nyame na make us because mempe NDC aban. We free the General Secretary of the NDC, which is Fifi Kwete. Fifi Kwete say, na ban mu fo no wa pick a signal. And this is not anybody at all, no mean a person. Fifi Kwete is the General Secretary of the NDC. Baby a wotie no. And someone wotie the intel a opeke. Much more than many the betimi apeke. So if Fifi Kwete should come to us and tell us who are picking intel, say NDC for no be sabre wamo kati deals with NPP for ni be. Say be you believe you off the hook. Please, you should know that NDC is a bunch of criminals who have come in to plunge out. There is nothing new. And the Ghanaian people are going to understand why I always tell you, say, Bibi anyhow. Ekufuado na iya niyama bi kenofori ata ya wadwane na iya niyama bi. Amen na NDC ho ya akono. But over time, maami ewu na aso wada ye nyina ebi hu. So it is Fifi Kwete saying that NDC for the NPP for kati deal. Say be ya ye believe of the hook and wa pick sa intel no. We nyame na make no aka say yentie Fifi Kwete bio yentie no.
And Attorney General, I'm sure the pressure is mounting. We at the level of the party are picking the signals. And the signals we are picking is this: that many among us, in spite of the fact that pleas and the pressure coming from the public that the things have to be done properly, punishment must be exacted, and things have to be done, some among us are busy trying to cut deals with people who are supposed to be prosecuted. Some among us are trying to cut deals. Some are becoming conduits through whom pressure is being brought to bear on people who are supposed to do what is right.
Okay, difficulty erase. So far, one year who say NDC are buying a baby umwa or more catty deals. Is that why prosecution is not going on? Is that the case? The angel prosecution and kosono. If some more catty deals are now, Ghana for must know. The Ghanaian people must know. And this is coming from the General Secretary of the NDC. Now, young Konya who say, I buy no woman so a scam, I buy my catcher more yenti.
There are 27 presidential staffers. All of them were publicly announced, unlike in the past. In addition to these 27, 3 people have been appointed.
A few moments later.
To mention that the previous government had about over 300 staff at the presidency. I want to know concrete figures. How many staff do we have here?
I can tell you for free
at the presidency
that the numbers here are far less. Indeed, we are required by law this quarter to present the list to Parliament. So you will see. I think that the numbers are being compared, but I know for a fact that it is far less than what we inherited from the previous administration.
Far less than what we inherited. When it came back, because 26 presidential staffers. Ye busawa another question in the same vein. We can ne den ne de he. Ne den pa e wo mu pa ene de he. Sanya aban ne ya tro abanya. Was it 26 presidential staffers? Yaba ye say bebusa say currently no what presidential staffers na ye adwuma I can tell you is far less. But catch them, the people are liars, they are scammers, and it is only a matter of time. Then you people will see through the lens. Na mo de me bo be breme because Akufo-Addo buy South Miami party when I started talking the same people Master Jawa, but with time they saw that some of the things that I spoke about clearly is what led to our humiliating defeat at the long run. And they may cut here John Mahama by not because me NPP, but because clearly when you pierce the veil of corruption, when you pierce the veil of a theatrics in a comedy noir. Behind that veil of yeshe military uniform, concert, say ni ade no. Enye bibi fufuro bia. Scammers in government. So yentoa so. Now ye wo kroma say ana John Dramani Mahama abanye di kamba ye. John number 1, 2013 to 2016. Ye to aba 2017 wo call ye. Now owura bi the Standogbe. Standogbe was a presidential staffer then, and they were a deputy chief of staff. Standogbe became so powerful, say, even journalists for no more nyadwene no otimeji wo mo recorders etotwene. Most of the things are leading to the defeat after so mo ye kwasibotwe report. Eka say one of the people are the actions and inactions contributed immensely to the humiliating defeat, which at that time had never been seen. In 2016 was Standogbe. It's a Standogbe na oyedwe, na omunipa, na Standogbe ne the 3 wise men, mokai the 3 wise men, which is Abansumani Babin, and 2 other people. Yes, na Standogbe magabakura. Yati kroma say na the same Standogbe, and John Mahama acquire repackaging. And wamaba na Ghana for ede Akufo-Addo ne kenofuriata ne Bawumia ho hinti. Aja yese ode would fa wansena ho abufo a wo bere ukuro. Yasa akofa John Mahama dada yi a wo ba no so no. The same Standogbe a no ogi media for recording to twene. No yese. Now the arrogance of power has moved. Not even after 2 years or 3 years. Just after 1 year in government, Ora Standogbe ne John Mahama call a year program. Now, omoko program military guy yi ejina ho a wo ye n'adwuma. Military guy a o ye n'adwuma. Me won say menua what's send me a year reportage be. I'll come there. I'll read it. Now, military guy yi ye n'adwuma. Standogbe drew wa. Standogbe feels so powerful. Say, and then we don't have no respect, no regard for people in uniform. Ubetimi aba America. Now so oye politician. Na oye wajuma. Military person so ye ne juma. And Standogbe can get the courage. Look at a picture now, to me the video in the say military guy no na juma wotimi so ni moto ne twene baby. So for a moment people were commenting say oh ebi a military guy no etia Standogbe na so. So the question was whether or not otia na so nti na oyi ne to twene ye ana. So we delve deeper to see what clearly happened. Yansha video quickly. Yansha video. Okay, hold on with this one. Okay. Eti usha video we ya John Mahama and all of a sudden I don't know where the craze for some military uniform and yeah, we voted for a civilian government. We did not vote for a military leader. The concert, the theatrics, the gymnastics, a dozen do. A dozen. Ghana for concert na Jomama a dozen do. But he understands the psyche of the people. Even J.J. Rawlings, who was a military leader, when he was elected as a civilian leader, or in a military uniform ni guho, as a symbol of say we are not ready for military dictatorship. All of a sudden, Yatu Abama Jomama. And because he understands per concert in theatrics, a civilian government who has been voted into power continuously showcase military uniform. Now, who is military uniform? That means Okondo see a military dictator, right? It is Ochina. It's a military dictator here there. And ya wojo mama won call a year 7 previous training bia. John Mahama on call training bia. And it's a year of fair. So we military uniform when you were a civilian government there. And we are encouraging our brothers in the military say aye years so amone ma elko aye nyadoa ho aye years stand up betimi epiepia wo mo. Sir John Mahama believes a military leader here. We need a proper military leader, not a concert. I don't know. Yatu Obama as a civilian government. Although we say you are the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces for the purposes of controlling the armed forces. Now the same way you to Obama, oh your concert and you no military uniform, no another military uniform. Say a military uniform you are not military leader. Oh yeah, Idi Ami and Adia Bay, Eti military for no Samosha, Jomama, I think he believes that said Burkina Faso guy ne Burkina no. Ne kondo dia Mahama unko training when you military person. It is the best way they say you ever find a way to get a military leader to lead us. And yes, our concert in the door do. So John Mahama Gini say you're military and not a civilian leader. When the country has a history of coup upon coup, if we have forgotten ourselves as a nation to the point that a civilian leader continuously portrays himself as a military dictator, then as a people, we must all come together and say that we need a military dictator. Onyai concert, no? Onyai Idi Amin posture, no? We are tired. Or the way Bri Manfon and the society Manfon will not discuss the pertinent issues. Concert in the dorsum. Your mama concert, no? A dorsum. Now the honeymoon is over. You need to get to business and work. Now there is no way military person jina eye baby ye adwuma na politician bi betimi anya akokotro say opia eye military person nti hwe video no very clearly wo video no a Standogbe atwe military guy na apia no and nkrofo say oh na Standogbe otia na so we needed to take a closer look at the video again. So yenhwe video no from this the degree of arrogance is such that he went further. How could we get Standogbe to do this thing and get away with it? Or in the name of I've apologized. And yes, military guy and the guy was so disciplined, say One so. The guy was so disciplined, say, one reacted, he continuously to do his work diligently. But Standowe kept on abusing the military leader. All because Oye, deputy chief of staff, and a handler of John Dramani Mahama. It would me pia military, a person in uniform. Now, the only reason here would me pia a person in uniform is because of one thing. Over the period, your military ni your police had an concert. Instead, say you be finding recruitment process, papa. I bema a young crowd apply to the military ni police any security agencies, you know. Over time, we've made it a tool under the thumb of the political class. It is so be a military person, so be a police new, or be a deyo. It needs to be a recommendation of the political class and continuously NPP, NDC, Obia Fan and Krofogum. So the respect that came with the uniform is no more there. That is how come Standowe, our deputy chief of staff and a handler of John Dramani Mahama, can continuously abuse a person in uniform the way he's done. Say ye na Standowe. Owo buo ema eye the people in uniform. There is no way he would have treated the military person the way he did. Look at this. Look at this. And yes, a guy now offending no guy in the Juma. And there were other people who were standing even much more closer to baby and that guy no one than. But he was abusing the military guy. The arrogance of power. The same Standowe na a J media for recorders bubu mu any camera ebubu mu in John Dramani #1 on sign a packaging over time ye be mohuno. So say na wa dwene se bibia sesan bibia ensesan. Samuel Oku Jeto Ablakwa ka kire ye se your mama amemu se obi fa private jet a ono Oku Jeto Ablakwa will resign. Yes, hey Oku sa na tie o say he will resign. Okay, so Oba resign ya yentie Oku Jeto Ablakwa. Yentie Oku Jeto Ablakwa.
Say NDC banna nipa wodi animu no kofi fasa private jet bia na wo wa ban nimu you resign.
I'll resign because what
resign.
What may resigning? Why shall I stay there? May resigning because the mayor is on principle and yet personal and yet say they are me time President Akufo-Addo and as I mean President Kudebi. It's the principle. It's about protecting the public purse.
Hey, Sabra na education minister na oda Olem Kwise mo abe resign.
Oh, may resign.
A few minutes later, you know, your mama, flight you wadauma, one of them are we any presidential flight no. Yeah, me boss, my former boss Julius Debra, we said in the boko. Yeah, ade. Your mama nko asumu ye pa ansu. He's devoted his life to it. Young flight when your presidential flight and wadaruma Ghana flight way one dia. I know say the same QNet abino on my catchero when a flight and it will be in the chair CFN 2 quite fine. But how much is it costing the taxpayers money to make sure that's our flight to Yakuyato? Now because of Baba catcher you. I thought you would come and tell us, and now by this time you would have resigned. But clearly, unprincipled character, clearly QNet abai Ultraman Fonetro. Just a matter of time. The people will see through the lens. And your problem, meaning it's just a matter of time. The people will see through the lens. Now, yen free ho na yen ko enkoshadie. NPP 4 koto aba. A year 2 days ago. Now, your two abaniwi, you know, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia is the winner of the NPP flag bearership race. So, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, a big congratulations to you and your team. You've done very well. Your 2 year, you know, so no, there's been concession speeches. Yentie Ura Kennedy, in fact, Yentie Brian Should I go Brian? Okay, Yenti Brian Champo.
His Excellency, the former President of the Republic, Anadudankwa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, the former Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahama Bawumia, the National Chairman of the party, respected patriots, I congratulate my senior brother and patriot, Dr. Mahama Bawumia, on his victory and wish him every success as he leads our party forward. I called him earlier this evening to let him know he has my full support. Most importantly, I thank God for his grace, guidance, and protection throughout this journey. I am deeply grateful for how far he has brought us. The past 4 months has been very heavy, but incredibly rewarding to all of us, especially the NPP. Whilst tonight's outcome is not what I had hoped for, I accept the results with humility, and my resolve remains strong. My heartfelt thanks goes to Ghanaians who opens their doors and hearts to us, to every delegate who believed in this vision and walked the journey with me, to my campaign team, my coordinators, communicators, and thousands of volunteers who gave their time, energy, and belief. I am equally grateful to my family for their patience and prayers, and to the former President, His Excellency John Ejekum Kufuor, and His Excellency Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo for their wisdom and guidance. To my fellow aspirants for a spirited contest. Kukrudu.
The former President Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo, the flag bearer elect Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, all the aspirants present, party chairman, general secretary, minority leader, chairman, the council of elders, and NPP party. I stand before you to pledge my support, also to accept the results declared by EC. The delegates have spoken, and I want to plead with my supporters that they should stay calm and respect the results and help all of us to work together to win 2029 or 2028 election. I want to advise my supporters. First, I want to thank you, but I advise that in election, you can win and you can lose. So if you lose, you have to accept it in good faith. So let's all of us throw our support to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the flag bearer.
Okay, so Honorable Kennedy Akompreko Japan, I'm a concession speech. Owura Kwabeneje Japan, a fantastic gentleman and a father of mine, in whom I am well pleased, also gave a concession speech, as well as Dr. Aye Educhum, and also a concession speech. So clearly, MPP, we are done with the race. BBS Siwo Ebusuemua, a man for ye pre, and in the course of year preno, and Moons and Samriane a bit acrimonious, the way I did here water, of course. it's a human endeavor. One would have expected that would have been measured. We went too much extreme. Some of us, the pronouncement were just too much for anybody to bear. Now, Ora Kennedy Akompreko Japan, me no bedin komo kakra. Then we are many Dr. Mahama Bawumia. Dr. Mahama Bawumia, congratulations to you. But let us not so deceive ourselves that you've won. So no. And we are they have seen some video here. Dr. Mahama Bawumia is acknowledging that indeed there are deep cracks within the party for which he needs to take immediate steps to reconcile the party. For me, it's a step in the right direction. Now, Ora Kennedy Akompreko Japan. You are the man of the people. No two ways about it. Nobody, unless people will sit down and deceive themselves. Ejomfo man maami ke ene nkrofo. Omo si omo adwame because makoka team legal wise of wasem. Ejomfo man pe wasem pa. Magazine for me man pe wasem pa. Edientia because the way you come across as somebody fearless, bold, you inspire hope. All through our human history, the people who succeed within the political scope, political landscape, are not people who build bridges, are not people who build hospitals, are not people who build, because about bridges and hospitals are civilians who are engineers, civil engineers will do it. Other things are a medical field that there will be doctors to do that. Teaching that there will be teachers to do that if it's about shaping of the society. So the core business of politics is more or less acting like the heart of the body, the heart of the society. The Jumani said it keeps all the other organs in check by pumping blood, by giving them hope. The very moment Akumani be free, ebe fail to work, the whole system will shut down. So the most business, the basic line of politics, inspiring hope in the people. So during the Second World War, Winston Churchill is remembered not because of how many ammunitions are Omiya Toye, but he is remembered because of how he inspired hope in the people to be able to resist Adolf Hitler. So if we will remember Mahatma Gandhi, we are remembering Mahatma Gandhi not because of roads our year and India, not because of hospitals or seen in India, but the words that he spoke, which inspired hope in the next generation. See, Nelson Mandela because of, so Nelson Mandela once said, then we quote Nelson Mandela. Maybe Julius Caesar once said, then we quote Julius Caesar. Machiavellian once said, then we quote Machiavellian. So the business of politics, the core business function, the core object of politics is inspiring hope in the people. So Kennedy Akompreko Japan, the way you speak, the way you come across, you inspire hope naturally in the people, courageous, bold, assertive in your ways, whether it's good or bad. The people love that because when they look at you, they can see hope. They can see tomorrow from today. But Omampani Kufuor yɛ me mentor ka asɛm bi kyerɛ me. Because when I was doing this fix the country, menisu shisheshe, blah 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 blah. I mean, I'm doing quite. Omampani Kufuor frame me no say radicalism is good because without radicalism, nothing changes in the society. So society no mu a obenya nkrophobia, slave trade akoso ani enye obi tse Malcolm X, enye obi tse Martin Luther King. Those are radical people who clearly knows what they are doing and they shape society with time. It is radicalism no Omampani Kufuor asem ni o. And sa nkomo no na me ne wo Ora Kennedy Akompreko Japan AD. So when iso nyashe, these were his words. Or say when iso nyashe oya akola na when iso nyashe bibi ha wadwene. Edientia because akola de wo de ni si ha, or de nsa beka we, no de nsa ka we, no de nsa ka we, no de nsa ka we. The reason ti akola ne yesa is because of curiosity. Na adwene no epeso ohunu nneoma bibiri. So Ora Kennedy Japan, when you came onto the political scene, the way you carried yourself, It was normal to make those mistakes in the interim, in the initial stage of your political phase. It was normal for you to make those mistakes because of the energy you carry within. It was normal for you to be vociferous because of the energy you carry within, because of the confidence level you carry within. But me young koko also said, I can't say be which edemitirechi. Or said the only line between arrogance and courage is respect. Tienye. Or said the only line that exists between arrogance and courage is respect. So yes, you can be courageous, you can be bold, you can be assertive, but you still need to respect the people. It's me by in my solitude moment, when I'm having conversations with myself, I ask myself several questions. How can I serve the people that I intend to serve in all humility, devoid of the kind of ego I have? How can I serve them? It's you know Drew. So we are kolanu when you there is a problem. But we need to do baby na ni suohye ni wo mu bebre nso a, then there is a problem. Why? Because so when you do baby, you become very much aware of your surroundings. You know that eniyema bi wo ho a esemeka. No abusa ho question. Na manka sa niyoma we kura die ne besie. Ubusa ho sa question no. Okay, me ka esemeka de. Na emomu no sa manka die ne besie. Okay, what good is the truth if it does not bring peace in the society? It's in Drew baby and strategy, The people love you, the people understand you. But unfortunately, and I'm going to be honest with you, so you called me, I came to your home, many would inkomo. Sata mo yire wo ho. Me can say, oh, I believe so bet me a leader of the party. But as a mere Afrifa me join the camp, I will be very sure that enyoma bebro ho untimi when I am there. Because I knew that you needed to be put a little bit in check, because I thought that in some way he might go overboard kakra. Moving forward, let us all use this as a means of advising ourselves. Say uyobi na when you swatch, there is nothing wrong. If you are radical, there is nothing wrong. You must be radical. But in the course of being radical, you need to be a bit measured. And so many people are Dr. Bawumia, and I'm a party. When I sit down today and I watch them, I probably believe that it could have been said in a much more better way. So, me breko menimuno ameko menimuno. Na me dwene kwan ya mefa so a metimi akasa aka no kore no. Ewa abra. The effect, I will achieve the same results, but the effect will be very minimal. The last part of your campaign, when you went full ballistic on Dr. Bawumia, I believe it was one of the cause of your downfall. And it was the cause of your downfall. It was not necessary. If you let anybody deceive you that Donald Trump did those things in America and won election, for that matter, you can also do the same thing and win election. Our society, our psyche, two different things. The society, anybody who is seen to be being bullied clearly will be around him and come and protect him. So society, Madaroma. Now, Yamra Dr. Bawumia, so Doc, with the greatest of respect, you winning the election does not automatically transcend into victory in 2028. That would be a deception of a grandiose. If you ever deceive ourselves that there is no cracks beneath the celebration, beneath the victory, beneath the speeches, beneath the well-packaged headlines, if there is one party which is not divided, then we are lying to ourselves. The party is deeply structurally, everything emotionally, it is divided. Dr. Bawumia, party no, divided. You got 56 point something. The margin of vote, Canadian, Japan, clearly are people who are not in support of your bid. Yes, elections, you won't get everybody to support you. Now the reason here most of the people intimate support no, because of Bibi. Dr. Bawumia, it is believed that TNO, and I'm telling you truth, anybody who surrounds you and won't tell you the truth, I don't care. I will speak truth to you, Dr. Bawumia, in a much more respectful way. I will speak truth. Doc, Yanshadie, Menkasami Nuya Samia Okubeka Asembi. Before the elections, I wanted to comment on it, but I did not comment on it for one reason. The reason I did not comment on it was because I didn't want to be seen as somebody who was shaping how the delegates should vote. But I believe, Sammy, I could have called you behind the scenes for this video to be discussed, but it is in the public domain, and we must address this in the public, draw the attention of the masses to, that this cannot be. Yentie Ora Sammy Oku, yentie no.
I'm sure, sir, Obi, and Bawumia winning 2024, maybe he would have made some appointments that he would have regretted. I think so.
Based on
some of the dynamics of this campaign,
just incophobia no more maybe would have thought so.
And on also not many, on also thought.
Say
yes. Tuning it didn't come sometimes in the silence of his heart. He thinks that Nina means him. Because
he didn't expect some people to.
I think so.
Did he feel betrayed in a way by some people?
So your words, I want to go with it. He feels betrayed in a way, but he's come to accept that that's politics. Because and Kanyasa maybe a smithing question, be a smithing question, twice straight from 2024. In 2028, I'm convinced when elected as president of the republic, he will make a great president.
Samuel, my main cousin Binchro. You see, Asama Okatakyie, it is unfortunate it's coming from somebody like you. Say Dr. Mahama Bawumia is pained. Say encrophobia no susu say ankomo nafa ene sancrophone no blah 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 and saying we need straighter and kebi as sancrophone no he would have made certain appointment that he would have regretted because Rebecca say wingosha. Does that presupposes that Dr. Mahama Bawumia say obi an campaign amanua and also obi campaign tianwa. Say ni pan all man appointments and idea be amenti ase say me pese me say asem no akan na say. And this cannot be the approach to making sure the party, and you see the same behavior, the same attitude is what Akufo-Addo used to destroy the party till now. So Samuel Okuweka say Dr. Mahama Bawumia say we need straighter and Koweka say Nkrofo Ngosha, and he would have regretted those appointments because Nkrofo maybe he believed they were on his side, but they've dejected him. Must appointment be given to those who are believed to be Dr. Mahama Bawumia surrogates in Kwana? Catch them. There's something here. Same. Catch them. Namintiase. See a two baby. Now say Dr. Mahama Bawumia and Nkrofo campaign tianwa. Is that saying because only Dr. Mahama Bawumia and Nam, and when you make such public pronouncement, what you are telling the other people that Muhammad surrounded Dr. Mahama Bawumia hono, you are the only people going to enjoy in the event that Dr. Mahama Bawumia is given the power. And that is not a good way to go as a party. That is not a good way to go. So I mean, the choice of words, and you are my brother, I'm going to tell you the truth straight in the face. These are wrong. Nana Safo Kantanka wati we amwasi the entire one campaign ma Dr. Mahama Bawumia is because he believes that Dr. Mahama Bawumia they are the same people or move free a year Akufo-Addo pension 16 years. That's your wabemu your party mu na say Nkrofo the same faces. Dr. Mahama Bawumia, if anyone around you is telling you that the party is solidly behind you, then that person is deceiving you. Tienye wadaruma. Nkrofo bebre interest normal hijack. Many of our people do not feel a part of the party anymore because of the way a boss or former boss e behave. Even if the people now they are the grassroots people. So me say me Dr. Mahama Bawumia campaign party. Now, because I am not in and around Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, so I will not be appointed. Why do you think the energy within me will be that I'll campaign for the party? So, Samioku, you were wrong. Catcher Dr. Muhammad Bawumia said those things cannot be tolerated anymore. You don't appoint people simply because they are surrogates, they are the fanatics of the leader. Ekufuado baye the same thing and woye. And in the party nejijabe baby aye struggle. So if the words of you is to pre-suggest that omo campaign here, of course I know say we are calling for unity. And Krofobo wa sebin previasa Jimmy no de na do so. So those people must be sent out of the party. Critical example of such person is Osumempa. Ono de yen kyerɛ the exit no onko ne fonka onko ne NDC onko ne adwuma. Osumempa cannot be tolerated onye NPP ni one na akona do ni JJ Rollins na starting no manante a yi ni friend NDC no ba be share ha no di nsem no. For that guy there can never be any unity that includes him. But at the same time, Samia Oku and his cohort, you cannot hijack Dr. Muhammad Bawumia. Dr. Bawumia, with the greatest of respect, you need to cause a great reshuffle around the table you sit. You need to invite people to the table, not because they feed your ego. You need to invite people to the table because those who are against you, you must invite them. Real change. It's not just shuffling. We kwasha. See a person party need to be winning power there. Then we have a great work to do. Samioku, mo thinking we mwa party no. Some arguing we ya mo hijack Dr. Muhammad Bawumia as a mona. Mudidi we Kufuado abamu 8 years. Mo ankasa kwanse mo ye ni papa. Most of you would have suggested that look for Webrem. The unity will be strong. Nobody should think that we are going to allow them to hijack the presidential candidate. Nobody should think that. It won't work today, it won't work tomorrow. Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, you are going to take steps to reconcile the party and proper reconciliation. We need to break the monopoly of the old cycle. And some of them should allow others to come in and help. The people must feel a part of it. Bring people who disagree with you, not just as a decoration, but not just for the unity photos, but for real job, giving genuine power to them. So Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, greatly, with respect, we need to rebuild the trust of the base. And rebuilding the trust of the base will mean that you need to invite people that you are uncomfortable with to the table. And yes, I need a call by some year who thinking he said, and a fire he could see enya juma. Yen winnie, catch your pain. Say young nice attitude of obi nye free into yen winnie, ye dada ye home. Maybe your production no ana. Me hunu video we, and it gave me a great deal of joy. Yinti.
Everybody together, because my attitude to insults is that they are either true or not true. If they are not true, then it doesn't bother me. If they are true, then it doesn't bother me. I'll keep focus on what we have to do. We have to win, and politics is about numbers, and so even if the person who is insulting you can vote for you, you're happy, so you say go on and vote, I remember one time campaigning in a village, and there was this mad guy they were trying to push away in a rally. They were pushing him away. I asked whether the guy had a vote. They said yes. I said bring him back. Bring him back and let's get him to vote, and that sort of thing. So I think that we have to be really, with one, sure that this is only a ticket to the main event. We have to win in 28. And to win, we need to unite this party. And I really am going to really make a big effort, especially this year, set up the reconciliation teams and be very personally involved, and try to, bridge. I don't know if you are in Sheila, they left. I mean, when I got personally involved in their matter, ultimately we were able to solve it. It was a major problem, and we divided the constituency, and we lost the seat because of that. I mean, it was a seat we gave away because we couldn't unite the two parties. But thankfully, through this primary process, we've been able to unite the two parties, and we have to continue that process across every constituency. Because the effort spent there, it will be less expensive than if we were trying to campaign in 2028, spending money and all that. A useless exercise if the people are not united, because they will not come out and vote, no matter how much money they put out there. So I'm going to spend a good part of this trying to help bring this party together across the constituency so that we can do
that. I am happy you said this. Thank you very much. And I know, sir, we'll be taking steps to do that. Maybe I am there, how can I say, I will be personally involved. I am the pa. So I will be personally, because human nature, interest. That's why they've surrounded you, and you must be able to break that monopoly. I know they ever catch it up. And I've seen that some sycophants are writing and say, Anna, who works with saboteurs, who works with it, who works with that. Any great leader is the one who is even able to work with people who do not agree with him. If you are not a great leader, that's when you are afraid of people like that. Any great leader in the world are people that you keep your enemies much more closer. Unless they need leadership, you have very little idea about what leadership is. Dr. Bawumia, thank you very much for listening. And some of us will be here to help you. Sir, ubetimi aye adwuma na wo se obeye no. Before see call next topic so no. I'll be addressing Captain Ansmart and in nsem hunu ne nkwase asem. But let's listen to this.
Yeah. Otisuru osolo si okoko board. Anso na discussion. Koko board pay for mo tisuru no munum milo se mwa. Omunum ko ya fasa ta koko. Omunum asia. Otisuru osolo si okoko board. Anso na discussion. Koko board pay for mo tisuru no munum milo se mwa. Omunum ko ya fasa ta koko. Omunum ko ya fasa ta koko. Adrompo mumlebi. We are Maba numilo sa mwa. Yenjimi yo. Yenjimi. Mama milo gwa de Mama milo gwa de Nkwafo ko to milo. Because omusu numilo se mwanti. Okwane fa sidia. Onka wo hwe on try to so no atore sa. Mwa.
Public announcement ni say Cocoa board entimi ntua Cocoa akuyafo ka. E ka kire am say scam aban ne be ka so wo de yi ko 6,000 e fa wobua wontimi ntua omo ka. Edro nso wo de be ma akuyafo na wonya bi ma omo. Eti ene akuyafo no abu ofu papa. Be ko kan dollar ho nsense mudidi matem. The enti akoko board ntimi ntua akuyafo ka ne nyina ne se dollar ne ho nsensem no wo musika wo munyaye from eye so wo koton koko syndicated de ben no e ba ye no dollar no ameki sure so ntimi ntua akuyafo ka so akuyafo no bu afu enti akuyafo no
sia otisuru osolo si okoko board anso na discussion Cocoa board pay for mo tisuru no munum milo se mwa. Omunum ko ya fasa ta koko. Adrompo mumlebi. We are Maba numilo sa mwa. Yenjimi yo. Yenjimi. Mama milo gwa de Mama bile gwa de den nkofo to koto mula because o musu num milo se muanti okwane fa cd a on kan wo hwe on sent so no atore sa mwa
eti Okatakyie afo yentimi ntue omuka yenko na yenka ho asem Okatakyie afo yentimi ntue omuka. Now well, you smart yenti
the NPP before I don't get the champion back to America because of being in Alabama. Kevin Taylor. Oh, I wouldn't. Wouldn't. Wouldn't be the NPP before I don't get the champion back to America because of being in Alabama. Kevin Taylor. Oh, I wouldn't. Wouldn't. Eti Kevin to America. There's a sebacoso, coca Kevin. Now say, you know, my year. Say, you know, let's say Kevin Taylor to America. And or two Januba Ghana. And say, NPP for soon you will be quite in America. Not or two Jagan and Ghana. But we are day. Money show present a Ghana over to me. We had the photocopy. I got to Kevin Taylor. Original copy. Kevin, your original copy. We had the photocopy original copy. We have original certificate.
Okay, so Proverbs 26 verse 5. Osi bua okwasia ewo na jimisemu. Enyasa wo beye nyansani ewo ono a nani so. Eno nti na mebua okwasia na ordinarily maybe aka medru no kami muwa ojimifo ewo na jimisem ho. Efise se wa muwa no a wan hwe ya no wa ye nyansani wo ono a nani so. Well, just mad, mami no ni nkomo bi. Edu baby na me pese me no be call back and forth bio because I reminded myself of the kind of respect I had for you when I first met you. Time na wote eye Kingsby, Jarlink area hono. Ono ye de no Germany na wajana no. I used to call you offer because I mean of course coming from Kumasi blah blah blah. But over time when I got closer and I realized that Atoro is the basis of your media, I began to lose respect for you. Eti edu baby na enya asem ne yenka. Are you smart? Actually, you are not smart. That is why our papa is what this smart too din so say be deceiving crofo. Because obi are smart biane, he doesn't need to portray so you're smart before we know you're smart. So the fact that our papa thought that there must be smart added to your name, it clearly demonstrates how unsmart you are. But I'll forgive you and speak to your brain. I hope that you walk obefa. And I know that sabi impredua so onye bibia na meka obetimi ate ase. E so onyansafo pe ana ti nyansafo ase. Now, so just smart. The winning wo we are seeing na say emma wo relevance as a person. And in the four corners of a media studio. My relevance in this world transcends that. Media for me was not the destination, it was a stepping stone to get to my destination. If all the relevance you know in this world is dependent on say ubedi di matemu Facebook just for Facebook likes and applause, my relevance in this world transcends that. But then you say we are seeing money more. The world you know revolves around over morning shows. Why a concert near day? I am the best morning show. Nobody can and fire in the It's true. But I did not come into this world to become a best morning show concert party. That wasn't what I came into this world for. Because you cannot imagine anything higher than you being a comedian every morning. You cannot imagine anything higher than you coming to sit there and insult people every morning. You cannot imagine anything higher than the theatrics and the comedies you do. And the fact that you get people to listen to you, you think so nyansa. Oyo. Orefi said Bobo Kalane ayi enkomodani ade in the 90s and the early 2000s. Na ye dwane ye nemu mrika kokotie omo. So the fact that you kotie omo, does that mean that they were making any impact in our society? Oh yes, Matt. My purpose in this life transcends comedy, concert. My mission transcends gossip, theatrics, kwasiasam keka in the mornings. It goes beyond that. It is why I was sent here to join a comedy troupe, which you and that concert guy is part of. You are in no way in purview of the things I seek to do. We are no yeni mobroni ba ye wo no obomfa chiase o na yetete ni bomfa me kwafuom anam tuto mu anam ba bedru ba bia me ametimi tua me school fees eko gimpa eko ye public administration for first degree me wie ma me nanso wa na no concept masters akonya wo UPSC and no si yento nwom mfrew anka obi anka menya ayi public administration degree in public administration acquire masters in international relations and diplomacy because it is enough credentials to be able to take me anywhere I want to go in this world. But I proceeded to pursue another LLB, which is a degree, undergrad degree. And then maybe a master's in law, a year, University of Connecticut. So for you to sit down and think that I was brought here to join the concert troupe, it shows the level of your intelligence. What can anymore? Also, we are original. Of course, we are original. But you are original in comedy. You are original in abusing women. You are original in making noise every morning with concert. But that is not my path. My path. And for baby. That destiny of waking up every morning to come and do concerts, said the washi we know. Maybe destiny, and I'm ho baby. My ceiling in this world is not that ceiling. Concert no. Also, I know baby now here with TV. So I want to be able to contribute immensely to the discourse development of our nation. I am on a journey which is built by conviction, discipline, and purpose. If you don't know. Those who know me much more closer will understand and know where I am going, from where I am coming from. Omo muni menini mashasi ani de. Na nya asam ne yenka akoyo. O share radio ni TV ase na me kwa Afrifa na me wo bomfa kurase. It is not the mere fact that you even think you must compare yourself with me. It shows how deranged you are. It shows how wadwene se nya adwuma o se de ye o mentiase enti NPP for e me ba America just to come and compete with na meti Ghana na internet no odi ye adwuma enye yi ana de be ya mentiase me ba America how many shows na maye woni bi entia because me sorry anopa me was civil procedure to read. So legal research in the I had this year, time show. So if that the purpose of me being brought here was to come and compete with some nonsense and a fool. How many shows am I? I think this is the 6th show. You know why? Because I move with clarity. I am very intentional with what I do. I move with a sense of calling that the propaganda no away. It cannot stop it. It cannot dilute it. It cannot derail me. So we need more. No amount of your nonsense na sa nipa na obo ni di no or starting kwasi asem or starting about 3 years ago 4 years ago in his attempt so obeti media come me ahye ni ade. The more he continues to do that nonsense, the more bigger I become. When him ntia me eja hye a me sha ase honhono. Because you have no idea. I am not in your arena, koyo. So when you say muhunu na sorry anopa na wo ya. Wa adwene kete. You think media is all about telling lies without proof, without noise, blah 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 blah. I'm not in that arena. I am not in competition with you. I am not in that mad. I am not in that afro now with them koyo. Nipa ben na adwene ye adwuma wo wiase pa wotie wo kojo smart. Adwene se wo kanya ansasem. Nipa sodium carbon dioxide ne ho ahwan. You can't even say it. And you think you compare yourself with how will you compare yourself to me, Kojo? If it is about being a morning show host, stand in the mirror, look at yourself and look at me. And then now are we better than me. Is it intellectual firepower? No, cancelled. I have it much more than you do. Is it voice? Of course, I have one of the most sexiest voice ever in the world. Is it about personality, looks, Kojo? Me won fetch 1 million times. Na twi kasa no a wo kan ye kasa me ko Afrifa ye de wo me. My brain has actually carried twi kasa no millions of years because I inherited it from my generations millions before me. So I don't have any thought gap when I'm speaking twi. Enti na bema wo Kojo smart. Why do you say you are much more better than I am? And for that matter, I want to be like you, Kojo smart. Kojo, are you normal? I think at the side time you need to evaluate yourself. You have a false sense of importance because you're able to do concert. I sit here not because I want to be like Kojo Smart, not because I want to be like a fool who continues to abuse women. Never, 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 never. If all there is to life for me is to become like Kojo Smart, Kojo, apu, ni ana me useless. Me mama akosu abro wanko wo me say na se. Now listen to me. Or fabrications, or performance, they be will invite me to nonsense, you know. It will not stop me from doing what I want to do or achieving what I want to achieve. I'll continue to walk my path with dignity. I'll continue to speak my truth with purpose. I'll continue to rise with conviction. TNA, Bibi and me stopping. The other way, why you say no crown, I'd be stopping me. That is what I will end up using to use it to step to the next level. Enti unya unsem hunu no onkwasi asemu a. Kojo Smart, leave my name out of your mouth. Nami bu pa. Edobedru be me hu se wadwene no emu oha. When we get close to you, the substance within that brain is nothing to write home about. So leave my name out of your mouth. Wone sa kwasi ampeni otihana. At no point do I envisage to be any one of you. If I ever even dreamt of becoming Kojo Smart in my world, the gods should punish me. Apu. Betena wiase a. Bra ma bre bebrebe mi wiase, ma down completed building mu, ma da kiosum, ma ya niama bebre. Na de me ba wiase ase me ba be ye ne se me pese me yes Captain Smart. What degree of insult is that? No, no. You've insulted me to the highest degree. The fact that you stand in a mirror and you think what I want to be is you, you've insulted me. The brain had them. Why did you not tell me? Or you think about Bubema or Shane in the kitchen? I mean, that is the kind of life I want to live. By the way, I came here for a purpose. By May, I will be done. When I'm done, I will wake up into me. The next available flight, I am on my way to the country. Ghana is where I know. Ghana is where I belong. And Ghana is where I will die. Obiya mfame ma metra bebia. Wa tro no dosu ne dia Jimmy. Wa Jimmy kakra. Eye. Kojo. So wa Jimmy kakra. Wo ye pani. Yeah, why? Besia, we did Okatakyie Afrifa mensa. Nyame twedi ampon, enhyira mu nyinaa. When you hear some of these noise and concert, momfa nto nkyɛn. Why? Because just my time so to one no pay attention, no invite me in. I don't have this time. I am too. And when I came in, I've sat down, I've done a lot of assessments, self-assessment. I've had conversations upon conversations with myself, and I've come to a certain realization in life. Eti ukojo smart on comedy okura. What? Jimmy na penny. Mumabai.